Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel, and happy new year. I hope your year is starting off well. Today we are going to be doing a whole New Year's reset. Not only will I be chatting with you about my personal reset for the year, but we're going to be resetting this whole house, doing kind of a whole house cleaning and organizing and straightening and tidying and just all of those things to not only get ourselves personally, but our house and homes reset for this new year of 2025. So we are starting out this reset here in the living room. I'm going to be doing some cleaning, tidying, and vacuuming to get this living room put together. If you are new here, I am so glad you have found my channel at the beginning of the year here. I am a full-time working mom, and I like to do cleaning motivation and homemaking and all of those kinds of things and just bring you along for my journey. So on top of being a full-time pediatric physical therapist, I have a 6- and an 8-year-old who are both actively in sports, usually basketball, soccer, and cheerleading. So we are quite busy, but I hope to bring some motivation and inspiration to all you other busy families and moms that are working and doing all of the homemaking and getting kids to all the activities and all of those things as well. So now that it is the new year, it is the perfect time to reflect, recharge, and set ourselves and our families up for success in the coming months. And that's what I want to take the time to do with you today. So for me, step one in this process of resetting for the new year is kind of reflecting on this past year and seeing what worked and what didn't and what do I want to change for this upcoming year, whether it's for me personally, for our family, for our routines, any of those things. So for me, reflecting on this year, I definitely have some victories that I feel like I achieved and accomplished, and I definitely have some areas where I know I fell short and that I want to revisit to make better for this upcoming year. So maybe you were like me this year where you fell into some bad habits, or you didn't prioritize your mental health, or procrastinated a little too much on certain things. Whatever it is, it's okay. And letting go of what didn't work frees up space for new opportunities and finding new ways to find what will work this coming year. Now, before I get into more specifics about myself personally and my goals, we are going to head upstairs. We finished up the living room area, so we are going to head upstairs and tackle each of the rooms up here, get them tidied and cleaned up and vacuumed. For me personally, I know I didn't achieve some of my goals when it came to being better about exercising and being active, and I certainly didn't do the best job prioritizing myself or my mental health and my own self-care. As a mom, that can be one of the hardest things to do, and I had kind of set some goals for myself to be better about that this year, and I'm not sure that I quite achieved those, but we are going to try that again and find a new and better way for that this coming year. For me now more than ever, I need to prioritize my health and my mental health. Right before Christmas, I was diagnosed with an autoimmune disorder for hyperthyroidism. It's called Graves' disease, which, if you ask me, is like the worst possible name for a disease. It just makes it sound so awful and scary. But for me, and because of that, I absolutely need to be able to focus on my health this coming year and making sure that I'm active and exercising and eating healthier and eating the right types of foods now that I know what I'm dealing with. So one of the things I'm trying differently this year is to set, rather than big goals, maybe like intentions for myself and what I hope to do. And rather than saying, I'm going to exercise 5 or 6 days a week and do X, Y, and Z. Instead, I'm going to focus on being active more often than I'm not. So maybe it's not a set number of days a week or a set type of exercise, but as long as I'm being more active than I am not active, then I can consider that progress. One of the things that also comes along with this autoimmune disease is excess inflammation in your body that can impact your organs and basically how your whole body functions. So for me, another step is finding a better and healthy diet, although I hate to use that word, but maybe better meal planning and more specific with the types of food that I'm using to fuel my body and all of those kinds of things. For me, it's not going to be about a certain number on the scale, but just overall feeling healthier and just knowing that I am taking the right steps to make sure I am as healthy as I can be and that I'm feeling my best, not only for myself, but for my family and for my kiddos. The other intention I want to set for myself this year that stems from something that actually did work well this year was saying yes to something new or taking on a new adventure or experience. So this past year, I took on a new experience of helping coach my daughter's cheerleading squad. And this was not anything that was even on my radar a year ago, not even something that I thought I wanted to do because I felt like my plate was already full. But when the opportunity came about, something inside of me said to just say yes to this new opportunity and experience and chance with my daughter. And I did, and I am so unbelievably thankful that I did because it was so much fun. It brought me so much joy that I didn't know I was missing in my life, and it brought some even new friendships into my life that I didn't know was missing in my life. So for this next year, I also want to be aware of these opportunities around me. Obviously, I don't want to be saying yes to everything, but being able to look at the opportunities that come my way this year and see what is worth saying yes to and gaining new experiences while still also being able to say no to the things that I know I truly can't commit to. So now hopping back into this cleaning here, I am now done with all of the bedrooms and the main living area, and now it is on to the kitchen. And here I'm going to be cleaning off the countertops, getting those wiped down and nice and clean. And then we're also going to focus on the floors and getting those swept up and get all of the little crumbs cleaned up, and then get these floors mopped and fresh and clean for the new year. I'm also going to share a little grocery haul here because this happened to be grocery day. And what better way to reset than with a fresh round of groceries? So some of this has some of the healthier things we are working towards, but not all of that. And keep in mind, I do still have kiddos that I don't want to completely eliminate things from. But here's some of our regular go-tos. We like to get sourdough bread, and then we usually have bagels or some sort of cinnamon bread that my kids are currently liking for breakfast. We really like the Kodiak mixes for muffins and for pancakes, just for some extra protein. Oatmeal is always a staple that we have and find it to be a good hearty breakfast while also being healthy. And then here is a lot of our produce that we tend to get. We always seem to get apples and spinach, cucumbers, avocados, bananas. I believe we already had some strawberries and blueberries. Otherwise, those are usually our other go-tos that we all tend to like. And now here is kind of like our meal plans for the week ahead. This is like a stovetop stuffing chicken and green bean crock pot meal that we use for our busy nights. This right here is a new dinner we're going to try. It's a butter chicken sauce that you can put in the crock pot and put over chicken and rice and add some veggies and fruit to it. We've also got our pasta and our salad kits. Moving forward, I'd like to start making my own fresh salad at home rather than salad kits. But then we also have the chicken fingers and things like that for the kids. Here's our stuff to make tacos for later this week. And then back here is some of our go-to chips that the kids like to snack on. And we usually keep a couple different types of granola bars and other types of protein bars in the house. Rice we always keep on hand for dinners and last-minute dinners. Yogurts are something healthy that we try to keep around our house. Our kids love them and we love them. So that is one of our typical go-tos. And then we've got our other dairies, the eggs, the cheese, the cream cheese. And then finally a lot of our waters, milks, coffees, things like that to get us through our week. So while I'm putting these groceries away, I will continue chatting with you about my New Year's reset process. So kind of a recap of where I'm at. My first step in the process for the new year is reflecting back on the things I achieved and did or didn't do well over the past year and what I want to do differently this year. And then the second part is setting new intentions or goals, whatever you would like to call them. I'm going to go with calling them intentions this year. And then the final step in this process is setting new routines to be able to make these things achievable. You know, it can be really easy to just go hard for a few days or for the month of January, but then we tend to burn out and fade off. And by the time February hits, all of our resolutions are already out the window. So the key to lasting change throughout the year is building some sort of consistency and routine that incorporates the things you are wanting to include in your life this year. For me, one of the other things that's important when trying to change up my routine is starting small, because if I try to add too many things at once or take on too many things, then I know I'm automatically going to burn out and be done after probably the first few days. So starting small, and for me, one of those things is I would like to add in 10 minutes every morning where I can read my Bible. And that's one of my goals for this year, is to do a little bit more, not only reading in general, but a little bit more focused reading in my Bible or on the YouVersion app, something along those lines. But I'm just starting small and giving myself 10 minutes in the morning. Normally, our mornings are very chaotic with the kiddos, but if I can try to give myself 10 minutes while I'm drinking my coffee and just reading something, whether it's the Bible or something else of my choice, to help me kind of start my day fresh, I think that will make such a big difference for my mental health and my mindset going into my busy day.
Slow down, hold on tight now. It's okay to meet me at the front line.
So next up is to clean these floors. As you can see, there's so many random things: a goldfish, a bread tag, and there's even some little toy blocks hiding under some of these cabinets. So I don't know if the video is doing it justice here, but this floor is filthy. So we are gonna get it cleaned, swept, and mopped up. This vac mop that I purchased back on Amazon Prime Day was one of my favorite purchases this past year, because it definitely helped me keep my floors cleaner, and it was so much less work, and I dreaded mopping so much less. So this was one of my favorite cleaning purchases this past year.
Cold feet, winter drives me wild. I can't fly down on the Friday. I was meant to meet you at your mom's house, so I apologize. I got a pocket notebook, I'm nervous. Sometimes I run out of things to say, and it turns out you've got one too. And dinner's gone cold, I don't care. We talk till the morning. I've got no sleep, 'cause you drive me wild. 'Cause I know one day we get out of happy house and wake you up for brunch when you're feeling worn out, and we just gotta keep on hanging on for now. So slow down.
So I am wrapping up here in the kitchen, and now I'm going to be heading down to our basement area. I'm going to get it tidied and cleaned up. It's actually not too messy, thankfully. And then we are going to vacuum and sweep up these floors as well. For me, one of the many things that helps me feel reset and a little more put together is when my house is organized and put together. So taking the time to clean and reset and kind of organize this whole house definitely helps me mentally be able to reset and be ready for this new year. It's almost like when I'm purging all the clutter and dirt and yuckiness from my house, it also helps me purge the toxicity and yuckiness that I feel inside me as well. So cleaning and organizing has just always been one of those ways for me to de-stress and to feel better when I am not feeling my best mentally.
Hold on. right now. Sunflower, you're the light of my life. I got a few days off, I could show you my good side. Got the time, I could stay for.
After I've wrapped up the basement, I head back up to an area I didn't get to earlier, and this is the kids' kind of craft slash homework area. Clearly a little bit of a disaster here, so I'm going to take some time and get everything kind of reorganized and reset over here. So as a final recap of my personal reset for this new year, my intentions for myself for this coming year is to be more active every week than I am not active. So meaning more days of the week I'm active than I'm not, even if that's something as simple as like a little walk or something along those lines. And then I hope to continue to become healthier and to feel better by adjusting my diet and eating with, of course, the guidance of my endocrinologist, but eating more of an anti-inflammatory diet and just eating the right things for my body that help fuel me and help me to feel better. And for my mental health, one of the things that I hope to do is to do my daily 10 minutes of reading in my Bible and incorporate other reading as I choose, because I do really enjoy reading and audiobooks and just letting the books take you away to these fun other adventures. And speaking of adventures, that is my final intention for myself, is to say yes to new adventures or new experiences over the course of this year, whether they're small or big. I just think each new year can bring these new experiences that can add so much to your life. And so I'm hoping to be able to look around me and say yes to some of the new things that will add so much joy and experience to my life. So anyways, that's my own personal journey and things that I hope to grow in this year. And I just hope it can give you some inspiration, again, whether you're a mom or just busy with life, that it can give you the inspiration to kind of reflect and direct your intentions for this next year on the things that you hope to get out of 2025. Also, let me know in the comments down below, what are your goals or resets that you are doing for 2025? For me, it does motivate me when I see what other people around me are doing. So I would love to hear from you guys what you're doing to reset and what your new goals or intentions are for this year.
You give me butterflies when you smile, and it feels so good, I just can't hide. I wanna hold your hand, but I get too shy. Just me and you, what should I do? I used to be so quiet, like a flower on your wall, and everything around you made me feel like I was small. But then you said my name, now it feels so strange. I've been waiting, oh so patient. Now the colors on my room are changing. Oh God, this feels amazing. Starting now with you, and I don't mind. You give me butterflies when you smile, and it feels so good, I just can't hide. I wanna hold your hand, but I get too shy. Just me and you, what should I do? You give me butterflies, oh what a surprise. The thought of a kiss as the people walk by. I'm just dying to ask, wouldn't hurt to try. Just me and you, what should I do? I hope you hit me back, 'cause I can.
At this point in the day, we had accumulated a lot of dishes that we had cleaned over the course of the day, and now all of this is needing put away. So I'm going to take a few minutes and listen to some music and get all of this put away and back where it needs to go.
Can't wait to see you, everything's a vibe. The both of us, who knew how fast things became. Now it feels so great. I've been waiting
The final thing that I need to get done on this day is get this laundry put away. This was stuff my husband was kind enough to fold earlier in the day, and now I'm going to take the time to put it away. And I don't know if this happens in your house, if everybody just puts away their own stuff. I tend to be the person to put all of the clothes away just because I'm usually the one that is left to find it. If somebody's missing a shirt or a sock or a pair of pants, mom is usually the first one that is called to help find it. So if I'm the one that's putting the stuff away when people can't find it, I can at least know where to find it and usually pretty quickly find it. So normally it's the mornings too where people are looking for stuff and everybody's kind of stressed out. So it's nice to be able to be the one to put things away, and then when we need it, I know I can find it quickly with less chaos and less stress. But you'll have to let me know in the comments down below if you are the person that everybody calls in your house to be the one to find everything, whether it's clothing or toys or keys. If you are the person when something is lost that has to go find it for everybody, let me know in the comments down below so that I know I'm not alone. But that is going to wrap it up for today's video. Again, I hope you not only got some cleaning motivation out of this and motivation to reset your home, but also maybe some motivation to reset personally and to set 2025 off in the best way possible. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'd love for you to subscribe down below, and I will catch you in my next video.